Vietnam's once booming industrial dreams are crumbling, but can it still turn the tide against the manufacturing giant China? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this unfolding economic drama. Over the past 10 months, Vietnam, which had previously attracted major international companies like Nike, Adidas, Apple, and Samsung, has faced significant challenges. Its total import and export activities have plummeted by a staggering 99.6% year-on-year, resulting in a loss of 420 billion yuan. Notably, Vietnam's textile industry, a source of national pride, has experienced an 80% decline for 3 consecutive quarters, leading to the closure of 42,900 factories and the unfortunate loss of 1.05 million jobs amidst unfavorable conditions. There is growing concern in Vietnam, where China-supplied electricity is used, that China has shifted its orders elsewhere, as many foreign-funded companies consider withdrawing their investments. Japanese media has suggested that Vietnam must reevaluate its aspirations of becoming a global manufacturing hub, particularly given the 14.8% decline in sales. This raises questions about Vietnam's ability to compete with China. Over the past 2 decades, Vietnam has seen a 17-fold increase in its import and export volumes, ranking 20th globally in terms of trade scale. This has led some to speculate that Vietnam's manufacturing sector could emerge as a potential rival to China, even potentially replacing it as the world's primary manufacturing hub. However, foreign companies initially attracted to Vietnam's low labor costs have encountered unexpected challenges. Vietnamese workers, despite earning more than 3 times the monthly wages of their Bangladeshi counterparts, often lack the necessary skills and experience for high-demand positions. This is evident in the fact that only 23% of workers pass their job assessments after 3 months of training, and even with precise design plans, they struggle to produce high-quality goods. Furthermore, Vietnam's infrastructure, particularly its railway system, is showing signs of aging, with a transportation capacity limited to just 1.5%. The power supply in the country is also unreliable, leading to frequent power outages and maintenance activities, further causing delays in the production process. Compounding these issues are concerns related to product quality and environmental impacts, creating a harmful feedback loop. Online platforms are filled with accusations of subpar quality and inaccuracies in goods produced in Vietnam, triggering a growing trend of returns. This wave of negative sentiment has significantly tarnished Vietnam's reputation among consumers and has posed challenges for many foreign brands, including inventory surpluses and reduced profits. For instance, after Samsung marketed Vietnamese products in China, its profits saw a sudden decline of 90%, and Nike's market value diminished by 800 billion yuan within just 6 months. Notably, Toshiba, a company with a century-old history, was even delisted due to these difficulties. Given the precarious situation, foreign companies grappling with mounting losses are increasingly determined to exit the Vietnamese market. Bloomberg reports that foreign investment in Vietnam has declined from $5.3 billion in the first quarter of the previous year to $3.9 billion in the current year. This indicates the challenging search for an alternative to the vast Chinese market on a global scale for these foreign entities. It's evident that Vietnam's aspirations to challenge China's dominance are currently far from realization. China boasts a complete industrial chain encompassing raw material processing, various components production, and overall assembly. Some manufacturers openly admit that only China can ensure their production efficiency. The shift of production activities from China to Vietnam primarily involves final assembly, characterized by its simplicity and limited profitability. Essential materials like specialized fibers for sportswear, clothing, and electronic components crucial for mobile phones still heavily rely on Chinese suppliers. In September 2023, China achieved remarkable success in its foreign trade exports, surpassing 11 trillion in total value. Notably, high-tech sectors like lithium batteries and photovoltaics played a substantial role in this achievement. This trend underscores China's shift towards developing a high-end industrial chain. Presently, China's shipbuilding industry leads globally, with ship orders accounting for a significant 67.7% of the world's total. Additionally, domestically produced nuclear magnetic resonance equipment with a 5.0T imaging speed surpasses Western counterparts, securing a prominent position on the global stage. China has also made breakthroughs in biological anti-degeneration technology, exemplified by Changguang, whose protein activation technology is considered a global research hotspot in the academic community. Clinical trials at major universities, both in China and abroad, have demonstrated its potential to repair genetic damage and reverse the aging process. NASA has even adopted this cutting-edge material to safeguard astronauts from radiation and conditions like muscle atrophy. Although its application holds immense promise, the previous exorbitant cost of 20,000 yuan per gram made it unattainable. Fortunately, a domestic biotechnology firm invested 200 million to develop enzyme extraction technology, elevating the purity of critical components to an astounding 99.9% and slashing costs by an impressive 95%. As China's technological advantages became more apparent, Japanese biotech companies actively sought collaboration within the Chinese domestic market. Their joint venture focused on combining vascular waste management with life science and technology, resulting in a new generation of Changguang products that performed exceptionally well and achieved substantial market success. According to JD.com data, this oral product has benefited 80% of high net worth individuals in the first and second tiers and is poised for further international expansion. The consistent growth of Chinese technology has prompted an increasing number of companies to recognize that manufacturing in China is their optimal path. Vietnam's aspiration to become the world's factory has now been shattered. In the current landscape, Vietnam, reliant solely on cheap labor without adequate technical support, exhibits evident shortcomings. Data from Hubert reveals an 11.9% year-on-year decrease in Vietnam's exports during the first quarter, with overseas sales shrinking by 14.8% year-on-year in March. Oxford economists have noted a concerning trend marked by layoffs, plant closures, and production reductions, suggesting that the downturn in Vietnam's manufacturing sector shows no immediate signs of improvement. Behind these statistics lies a deeper issue: Vietnam's excessive dependence on downstream processing within its economy. In terms of export structure, Vietnam's processed products constitute a substantial 89%, primarily targeted at Europe, the United States, and other countries. These products occupy the lowest rung of the industrial chain and command the lowest value. Consequently, without mastery of core technologies, it becomes impractical to compete effectively in international trade, and businesses face the risk of being marginalized. Vietnam's struggle to maintain its footing in the global manufacturing race against China highlights the critical importance of technological advancement and infrastructure development. As foreign investors reconsider their commitments and the country grapples with internal challenges, it becomes evident that relying solely on cheap labor is not a sustainable strategy for long-term growth. Vietnam must now focus on enhancing its technical capabilities, upgrading its infrastructure, and diversifying its economy to remain competitive on the international stage. As we watch this dynamic unfold, the lessons learned here will resonate far beyond Vietnam's borders, offering valuable insights for emerging economies worldwide. What steps do you think Vietnam should take to reinvent its manufacturing sector and remain competitive in the global market? Feel free to share your thoughts and perspectives in the comments section below. Don't forget to become a part of the RlD Discovery community by hitting that subscribe button to stay informed about the latest technological advancements and innovations. Remember, as we delve into the realm of technology, the possibilities are limitless and the future is filled with exciting discoveries. Keep exploring.